welcome back to my channel. My name is Lex, and I would absolutely love it if you like the videos, if you've been coming back every day, if you're not sure if you're not sure about it, if you would consider liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. It helps to get the videos out there. It inspires me to keep creating, and it just lets me know you guys like the content. Today, we're going to get into day 40 of the live feeds. But before we begin, this is the scene this morning on the live feeds. As of right now, it is currently like 9, almost 10 a.m. Eastern time. This is the scene. Y'all see? This is Angela. She has been doing this all night long. They did play the Yankee swap veto where there's some prizes, some punishments. We'll get into it. But Angela's punishment is that she had to transfer 1,000 little balls across the backyard back and forth. And she's still doing it, okay? She's kind of closest to being done. They did some mathematical calculations, and apparently she needed to do 40,000 steps to get all of the balls back and forth. And apparently the punishment within that punishment is that if she doesn't finish, she's not able to compete in something. It's not clear, either the AI arena or the HOH. I'm guessing the HOH because she's not guaranteed to be put on the block. So that is the current scene on the feeds. Leah, Cam, Chelsea, and MJ have basically been with her all night. Rubina was also there for a pretty long time. I don't see her right now, but she might be there. So yeah, anyway, let's get into day 40. We had, like I said, the veto. We had a new veto winner. And we also had some more game chat, some more talk of flipping, and some realizations from some people. So let's get on into it. So we wake up yesterday morning and we find out that the veto players are going to be T-Core, Tucker, MJ, Cam, and Joseph and Angela. Now, Joseph was actually chosen by Cam, which was kind of weird. I was like, Joseph? Why would you choose? Okay. But those were our veto players. So T-Core and Joseph start off with a conversation, and T-Core is just talking about, what Joseph would have done if he was Cam in that situation, who he would have picked, for the player. And Joseph says, look, he'd probably pick Chelsea because Chelsea would use it on him if he was Cam, which is also weird to me because I'm like, why would you not pick somebody who's your ally? I thought him and Chelsea were allies. It was a bizarre pick, but hey. Now she says if he or Tucker win it, that makes it much easier for her. Obviously, if not, then no. So Quinn and Joseph also have a conversation, and a lot of people are starting to clock the fact that T-Core is so persistent on protecting Chelsea when Chelsea has not had the same energy. And I feel like, I don't know, some people thought I was crazy a couple of days ago when I tried to say this, but I'm like, I just don't get it. Like, T-Core is like, I will never put Chelsea on the block. Don't ask me. She's off limits. She even said it yesterday. And I was just like, that's bizarre to me. And a lot of the other house guests are also clocking how bizarre it is that she is so stringent on not putting up Chelsea. So Quinn and Joseph have a conversation, and they talk about how T-Core has given an incredible amount of grace to Chelsea that she doesn't deserve. They were talking about how last week Chelsea was calling T-Core worthless. I think she also called Joseph worthless and saying that they would fall off. She would fall off the wall first, T-Core. And remember, during the HOH, T-Core literally said on the wall, she was like, that's for all the people who said I was going to fall off first. What happened to all the people that said I was going to fall off first? Or some comment about that. So, she was aware. Now, Joseph says, look, I will not vote for Chelsea at the end unless it's someone against someone like Angela. Joseph was also on his cocky stuff yesterday. He was really on one. I don't know, Joseph thinks he's in the best position in the game. And I'm just not sure about that. So T-Core and Rubina also have a conversation, and
We're like, what the fuck? I thought they were close. Let's have our drama. Come on.
You're so ugly.
T-Core plans to nominate Leah if MJ or Cam wins or comes down. But they want to nominate, she wants to nominate another alliance member if Tucker takes himself off. Didn't get the move. I didn't get the move, but all right. Now, Rubina, once again, volunteers to go up as the Renom if Tikor needs somebody. Why? Why are these people so desperate to go on the block? Ugh. All right, so fees go down for the veto for around 4 or 5 hours. It was a longer one. And we come back and find out that our winner is Cam. I like Cam. Okay, Cameron. Come on now, give us a win. I was actually quite happy to see that Cam won, especially because Tucker played. And Cam won against Tucker, which is probably bad for Cam's game because if Tucker gets in power now, he's definitely going to say, oh man, Cam's a comp beast. He's a threat. Get him out now. He kind of already was saying stuff like that, but he's really going to feel that way now. So it was the Yankee swap competition. Like I said, there were some punishments and some prizes. Let's get into it. MJ got a Hawaii trip, and all I could think of is how funny would it be if Chemo got the Hawaii trip? Angela has to move 5,000 or 1,000 contamination orbs from one side of the backyard to the other. She also gets slime during this competition. Joseph is going to be in a 24-hour solitary confinement. Kind of unclear when it starts. I'm assuming sometime today or tomorrow. Tikor won 5K. I think that Tucker offered it to her, so they swapped. And then Tucker has to wear a costume. Insert here. So the feeds go back down again shortly after the veto, and we come back and find out there is another AI instigator message.
Oh, I know. Everyone was scared for no reason. I don't know.
But check them, see if you like them.
The first one was like coming for somebody's head, which is why I'm like,
I feel personally hurt. You know?
And y'all, I thought it was Joseph at first, but I think my mind is changing about who it might be. So this person said something toward Quinn and Angela. It was a much nicer message from what they said. The main thing that everybody was fixated on is that the instigator told Quinn and Angela to work on their twerking. So we get a lot of like little twerking scenes.
And then you're tucking it under. Yeah, but arch it even more. So like literally go closer. You got it. So you can lean over. Like literally lean over, right? And then you tuck it down. I don't know. And you throw it out. Look at this one, yeah.
Scenes of all of them in the kitchen, but overall it was much nicer. Whoever this was, they kind of felt like, you know, maybe they felt like they were being a little mean with seeing Rubina in like tears. So MJ is the first to kind of pick up on like, Angela's usually really paranoid and she's usually analyzing everything and she's usually thinking everything through and she's just usually a little bit. And today, she's a little bit calm. I wonder if it's her that's doing the instigating. So MJ is not the only person who thinks this though. Cam, Tucker, and Chemo, they are in the bathroom talking about various things.
Apparently Mackenzie and Leah were in here in the shower. Or one was showering, one was doing this, and they were talking about it, and Angela came in. And they're like, who do you think it is? She's like, oh, I have no idea. I went to brush her teeth. And then she was like, it has to be a boy, because that's how a boy talks.
Discussing how the deepfake was really nice this time. Notice Tucker and Rubina crying. They're saying for sure they think it's someone in the house, because remember Joseph particularly was trying to push that maybe it's Brooklyn or Cedric or somebody who already left. Now, Chemo says, what about Quinn? And again, they're not really convinced it's Quinn. I don't really feel like it's Quinn. I just think it's way too obvious to be Quinn. But Cam did say, Angela looks really guilty. I was like, okay. 2 for Angela, huh? Now, Angela comes in the bathroom and they ask her, like, hey, what do you think about, like, the deepfake? Like, do you know anything about it? Angela answers, like, so quickly. They're like, so do you think that the deepfake, like, is going to be all week or what it is? She's like, oh, yeah, it's different days. And then Kev is like, okay, do you think that like they're going to, you know, be doing this for like a while? Oh yeah, you know, it's going to be every single day. Like the way she was answering was so fast. And people started to pick up that, Angela seems to be very calm, and she seems to know a lot of information. And so as soon as she leaves the bathroom, they're like, oh my, like Tucker's like, oh my God, it's definitely her. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I don't know. Now I'm kind of convinced that it's Angela. Because if you saw the clip, it's just, ooh, the way she was answering was like this. I was like, it might be her. Now, Rubina and Tikor, they have a conversation. Rubina, once again, offers to be the replacement nom.
Happy that Cam won.
Me too.
Because I didn't want him to be in danger.
Right. No, I'm glad
I
he
would have saved Tucker, but I'm glad I didn't have to make the choice of choosing Cam or Tucker.
Exactly. But now, just a replacement.
Yeah.
This is the second time today that Rubina offers to be the replacement nominee. This girl is practically begging to go on the block. Tikor says, look, if one of them leaves next week, it's one less number, one less person we have to worry about, talking about Tucker or Cam. Remember, Tikor, it's very clear that Tikor wants Tucker out. She has not directly said it to anyone because her two biggest allies are also allies with Tucker. Both Chemo and Rubina, I feel like, would be blabbermouth. So it's like Tikor's implying it in her words, but she doesn't say it outright. So Tikor says, I'm glad Cam's here because that's more protection for Chelsea. More protection for Chelsea. Not more protection for you, but more protection for Chelsea. I kid y'all not. I was like, the one-sided obsession is getting bizarre to me. Because later on during the day, Chelsea has some conversations with Leah and MJ, which to me still clearly proves that Chelsea does not trust Tikor like that. So I don't know. Now, they go over who Tikor is considering. It is obviously mainly looking like Leah. And of course, there is a counter thing going on where all of Leah's suitors, her three suitors, Cam, Quinn, and Joseph, are all working hard to make sure she doesn't get on the block. I was like, wow, talk about Love Island, y'all. They were working so hard, those three guys, to make sure that Leah is not on that block on Monday. So anyway, now, they also talk about some other possibilities, though, of who could go up. So Tikor is considering Joseph because he hasn't been on the block, and originally he told her to put up Chelsea. Again, the one-sided obsession is crazy to me. So yeah, that's crazy work. Now, again, she reiterates how it is most likely going to be Leah because she is concerned that Leah would put up the three of them or Chelsea. So Angela, they talk a little bit about Angela and how she's a possibility because she doesn't play if she doesn't finish her competition. She doesn't really have any power once her punishments. Like, I don't know. They were going in. It's not serious, I feel like. Now, overall, she really, really wants to protect Chelsea. Like that, I think if you take anything out of all of this is that she is like, and she even says it in the conversation again, she's off limits, don't ask me. And I'm just like, oh, girl, I don't know. What, like, this is becoming, I don't know. Is this becoming strange to anybody else? Like, real talk. She also says, look, I don't want to keep breaking alliances, so I do want to, pick my people and stick with them. And Rubina says, look, this week we could probably reestablish the 4 because, we're all good. Tikor's like, I proved that I'm a competitor this week, so they should want to solidify it even more. And that's kind of where those two leave off. So Joseph and Chemo have another conversation. They think that Angela is the AI instigator.
I think that's true. I think it'll be sound bites, slip and slide, then double.
That's true.
So next week.
So quizzing the ball pits, probably.
Exactly.
As well. Joseph says he doesn't want to put up anyone from the collective. I just thought it was funny to hear the words, the collective. And overall, he says he does not want to do anything against Chemo and T-Core. He's just talking about if he gets in power in the future. And then they just speculate on future comps. But the feeds go down again, and we come back to Tucker in his costume.
I think it's dead as fuck. Someone just grab it out right now.
They keep eating at it. They literally keep biting.
So this is Tucker's costume. Tucker and Joseph, they do have a conversation, and they feel that it is Angela as well that is the instigator. They're talking about how MJ is out if she loses the AI arena. And they're saying, Joseph is saying, look, like, Leah is starting to get the idea that it's her. She is starting to get a bit paranoid. But if I have anything to do with it, I'm going to make sure she stays in this house. Like I said, all three of Leah's suitors, they were hardcore trying to make sure that Leah stays in this house this week. And overall, they think Angela will blow ish up if she is the renom, which I can see it. I can see it, okay? Now, Chelsea and Leah have a conversation. They are also discussing the AI instigator being Angela because she was not curious about who it was. They were having conversations about who is it, and Angela just seemed like she was kind of checked out of those conversations. Now, Leah does say, look, we are going to need to take out some of these guys because eventually they're going to take us out. Thank you. Somebody's saying it. Now, why don't y'all make moves, though? Win something. But no. They do think putting up Angela is a waste of a week. Again, completely agree. And they are sus about Quinn because Quinn is in every circle. He has his hands in every pot and likely will win the game if he doesn't get out. Now, I don't know if Quinn has the votes to win anymore, but I do agree that Quinn is everywhere. Chelsea says they need to be careful what they tell T-Core because she tells Chemo, who tells Tucker.
Well, not if it gets them to the end.
It won't get her all the way to the end.
He might.
He can't do it alone.
That's true.
Which, you know, again, because Leah's like, well, I want to go and try to, like, maybe tell T-Core some things, and like, and Chelsea's like, be careful, be careful, be careful. And to me, like, that kind of stuff, again, just indicates that the trust is not 100% there. Now, they are calculating the votes to evict Tucker, and they believe that they have the votes to get him out, but this is contingent on, like, MJ being a vote for them as well, and we don't know yet, because MJ and Tucker have also been having conversations. It's likely that MJ does want to get Tucker out, and she says all the time, the two biggest threats are me and Tucker, me and Tucker, me and Tucker. Even in a later conversation, she says the biggest threats. She actually, she says the biggest threat is her. Not even Tucker. And I was like, Mackenzie, what game are you playing? Mackenzie's total lack of game knowledge is crazy to me. So Mackenzie joins the conversation, and she repeats the same nonsensical stuff that I was just saying about how the biggest threats are her and Tucker, but actually she says, no, the biggest threat is me, most likely. She also believes that the original Have-Not Alliance, or the Have-Not group, is still together because Tucker, Quinn, Chemo, and Cam were in a room, and when she walked in, they decided to stop talking. So she thinks they're a thing. Now, she tells Leah that Joseph would never flip on her, or would never flip on Tucker, excuse me. And they want to overall get Quinn and Joseph on their side to get them away from the four, which is Rubina, T-Core, Chemo, and Tucker. They think that that group that I just listed is intimidating T-Core to make moves. So they think that Rubina, Chemo, and Tucker are kind of pushing T-Core to work in a certain direction rather than making her own choices. Which, but I also think T-Core is the kind of person who says, I don't have targets. T-Core said that so many times yesterday. I don't have any targets. I don't have any targets. I'm just trying to see what everybody else wants. So it's like, yes, but also T-Core doesn't really stand forward and say anything, because the true person that T-Core, I believe, wants out is Tucker, and she has yet to tell that to anybody. So Overall, though, MJ, Leah, and Chelsea, they still want Tucker out. And Chelsea says, look, we need to talk to Quinn, Joseph, Cam, and Angela this week to see where their votes lie. So Chelsea and Cam also have a conversation. Cam says, look, Tucker stays this week unless it's a double. If it's a double eviction, maybe. Now, Chelsea asks, you know, do you want to protect Tucker? Like, what's going on? You want to protect him to the end? And he confirms that he did make a final 2 with Tucker prior to the veto ceremony. Chelsea says, well, do you think he's going to stick with it? Like, and Cam's like, probably not. Now, Cam does say he doesn't want Leah to go up because she is a number. Remember, all of Leah's suitors are fighting for her. And he also thinks that they can get Quinn and Joseph on their side. Chelsea at this point says she is not sure who the two of them can align with in order to feel more protected. So Quinn and Chemo have a conversation as well.
It just scares me because some of that information, I'm like, what could that information do?
Chemo, please reattach your microphone.
And they are talking about, Quinn is talking about Leah and how Leah would not put them up. Quinn, again, another one going hard, trying to make sure that Leah stays. He says, look, she trusts you guys. She's not going to put you up. She's not a threat. Like, it doesn't make sense. Now, Chemo goes into the bathroom and Quinn has a little bit of a camera talk and he says, I will not let Leah go home. I would not let that happen. That is not a thing. That is not going down. So I don't know. But that is kind of where we end the night off for the big conversations. Again, the feeds are still on because Angela is still doing her competition. Okay, it's still going on. So let's go into a couple of things of note. So Tucker got a costume and a punishment. He has to wear the costume that I showed, but he also has to go up, and every time the BBAI like assistant goes off, he has to answer some questions like when was ice cream invented or who is like the first royal to live in the palace. So he has to go up every time. Tigor mentioned that she's going to actually sleep downstairs because every time that goes off, she would be able to hear it. Angela's punishment, as I said, is to bring 1,000 balls to one side of the backyard or another. We went through that. Leah says, Leah, the great game player she is, says she is going to try to get Tigor to not put her up by reminding her that she cannot play an HOH next week and that if anyone out of your little group, unless someone out of your little group wins, you're effed. Great strategy. Threaten the HOH and then tell them, hey, unless your allies win, you're in trouble. Great strategy, Leah. Great strategy. Now, Tigor says she's going to have conversations, well, today, to see who wants to sit on the block because once again, she says she doesn't have any targets. Tigor and Chelsea do agree to talk after the renom ceremony because Chelsea says she's a free agent. Leah tells Rubina and Tigor that Angela is the instigator. Again, most of them seem fully convinced that it is Angela. Cam, Joseph, and Quinn are on Leah patrol. They are on the love wagon, and they are making sure that Leah stays. All three of them have been campaigning very, very hard to make sure that Leah does not go on the block this week. And lastly, Angela is still going, okay? Angela is still going. Here's another little update for y'all. This is where she's at. But Angela is still going. So that is where we are at today. It looks like Leah's gonna go up. That seems to be it, unless something crazy shifts in the morning. Tigor seems pretty set on Leah. And yeah, we will see where the week takes us. So if you made it to this point in the video, that means you liked the video. So I would really greatly appreciate it if you would help me drum up engagement on the videos by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Share the videos with your friends, with other people that watch Big Brother in your life. That would mean so much to me. And please make sure to hit the subscribe button. Make sure the bell is turned on so you know when I drop these recaps. And lastly, make sure you are still subscribed. One last thing, I am going to be traveling this week. I am going to still be doing recaps, but they might be every other day instead of every day, just because I am going to be traveling. Luckily, after the renom, I feel like the week tends to slow down a little bit anyways, and tomorrow's recap should still be up on time. Thank you so much for understanding, guys. This is like my last trip for a while I think for the rest of the Big Brother season. This is my last trip. So thank you guys for bearing with me and understanding when the recaps are not necessarily daily, but I try really hard to get them out to you guys daily because this house moves fast. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love all of you. I actually made it to 1,500 subscribers yesterday, so I do want to say a big thank you once again to every single one of you guys. Every single one of you guys that left kind messages, understanding, you know, my little chat on the beginning of yesterday's video. Thank you guys so much. I just want this to be a fun and safe space for everybody, and that's what I'm here for. So thank you guys so much, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye!